I'm Jim.
I'm Rhenda.
We're Heartiness Approach.
We are senior steaders.
And we're going to tell you what that means.
So we're going to take each letter and define it. So number one, the letter S.
Letter.
The letter S stands for SeniorSteading. So what is SeniorSteading? You made the word up. You define it.
SeniorSteading is, well, homesteading is people who want to grow their own food, or at least some of it, all of it perhaps, and they're going to use what they have, where they are to make it happen. Some of us have maybe a windowsill, some of us maybe have 50 acres, and the rest of us may be in between that. But we're raising our own food, doing things for ourselves to take care of ourselves with what we have.
And we're seniors.
Yeah, we've got E.
Oh, E is for enterprise. When you're a senior, all right, no matter what you are in homesteading, you probably need some kind of an enterprise in order to bring in a little bit of income. Eggs, we sell eggs, vegetables, meat, firewood.
If you have a lot of trees on your property, and we do, maybe you have more than what you can use, and so you can put together cords of wood and sell cords of wood.
We have our dear friend up in Canada, and they rent out little cabins, and they have a petting zoo, and they have everything on their farm for, bringing people in and bringing money in for them. Enterprise, you can think of anything to do, and it can work. N.
N is for nutrients. Here's one of our garden paths, and we've been putting new nutrients on it. What we have are some ashes down on here now to help it have nutrients. But you've got to have nutrients in your soil. Your body needs nutrients that you get from your vegetables and the other products that you grow. Your animals need nutrients as well. Nutrients are so important to everything you do on the homestead.
Everything. That's why we homestead.
Yes.
It's for the nutrition.
I.
I is for irrigation and water systems. No matter where you're at, if you have an abundance of water, you need to know how to take care of it. This is what we have to be able to get some of the water so that it doesn't go into the house.
And it goes into our pond.
It goes into our pond, yes. We have water that comes off of the houses. Those need to be stopped and used. We have water that needs to water our garden. And these are set aside right now, but they are sprinkler system that we have during the time when we need it. That's just one of the different things. We also did the drip system underneath. So you have to figure out what works best for you. Oh.
This is for observing the land. We've been here a couple of years doing a lot of observation. It's different from year to year, but knowing what's here is helping us know what we need to do in order to figure out how to fix things. R.
Reap what you sow. And that means anything. Of course, if I plant in my garden, I'm going to reap whatever I sow. If I work all day and don't take care of my body, I'm going to reap some very sore muscles.
And fatigue.
So reap what you sow is everything. Our animals are taking care of them. By how we take care of them means we get to...
We have milk.
Chickens, we have eggs. So we take care of our animals and they give us what we need. Now we've spelled senior, we are to the S of steading.
That S is for seeds and soil. You need seeds to grow your plants, and you need soil to put them into, and this is our slipper garden. We have good soil here. We're doing some amending on it, getting it ready for this spring so we can put seeds into it and grow in this good soil that we have.
And let me just tell you what I just learned about organic seeds, because we were always like, well, does it really matter if you buy organic seeds? It doesn't. Organic seeds take a very long time to grow. Seeds get a long time to harvest the seed. But you cannot put anything in it to be organic. And so it has had to be very much more resilient. And so it's a much more hardy, resilient seed when it has been organic.
T.
T is for trees. Fruit trees, nut trees, shade trees, the wood that it gives us. We have so many trees. We have a 360-degree all the way around surrounded by trees. It's pretty amazing. We definitely have lived, I don't know, T doesn't stand for chickens, but they're all underneath us right here. We've lived in places where it's just sagebrush before. We love the trees.
Trees are great.
Oh, E. You can't see your E. E. Okay.
E is for equipment, and we're standing here with the equipment. We've got our BCS.
Our riding lawnmower.
Our riding lawnmower that's a workhorse for us.
All the tools of the lawnmower, the little lawnmower.
And the attachments for the BCS. We have other equipment. We need other equipment. Sometimes we have to borrow equipment.
We desperately need equipment.
But for those of us who are a little bit older and have learned that working yourself crazy with heavy, hard things is not the best for your body. And it's not that we're weaker or lack stamina sometimes.
As you've been,
but
we just ran
smarter.
over here, that's why
we've realized that you can get more done if you have the right equipment. The right tool gets the job done really well.
Oh, it does.
So equipment is very important. It's having the right equipment, and we understand that. A.
A is for animals. As our kitty cat walks by. Our barn is where we keep a lot of our feed and our animals. And right now, our cow is waiting to come in. So,
it's eating time.
Our animals are super important to us. Because of our animals, we can have meat, eggs, and milk, and butter. So important to us.
And cheese.
D.
D is for demands. There are a lot of demands when you have a homestead. Demands on your time, demands on your imagination, demands on your resources, demands on your body.
And your mind, your mood.
Your mood, absolutely. Yeah. Some days you're excited, and some days you're like
overwhelmed.
Yeah. There's so much that I call it an inexhaustible list.
So let me tell you what he said to me today. He put his arm around me and he goes, "We are living our dream," and we are so excited about it. We are so excited about it.
Another I.
I is for improvements. We are constantly making improvements on our homestead. Our homestead is a work in progress. And we are so excited that what we've decided to do is we'll take an hour or two a day and go out and do a project that is on our whiteboard. And it makes us feel so good when we are doing that. It could be getting rid of a trash pile, and it doesn't even matter. It just is like, whoa, wasn't that so awesome what we got to do today to improve our place? Because we really don't want it to look like a working farm. We want it to look like a good, clean farm.
It's probably always going to look like a working farm, though.
The next one is N.
N is for numbers. There are a lot of numbers here. We have to figure out the size of our field and the size of the paddocks we want to have the animals in. So that's some calculation, the numbers, how much pounds of dry matter grass is there and how big of an area do we need for the number of pounds of cows that we have to feed in there. That's one of the numbers. When we're making things, it's the length and the width and the thickness. We got to get things to fit, so we got to cut them to the right size. how many pounds or ounces or grams of feed do we need for a particular animal to feed them?
Like, how many are we going to need for the pig the whole time that it's being raised?
Right. So those are our numbers. They go on and on and on. There's lots of numbers here. Always numbers, and they're important. And finally, G.
G is for grass management. We have a lot of grass, and we are raising grass as much as we are raising animals, because our goal is to have the cows be followed by sheep, be followed by our pastured pigs, be followed by our chickens, and move them every day and growing and managing our grass. You can't just let it go, because we learned that last year. Everything takes over and you lose. And so grass management is super important. So now we spelled SeniorSteading.
We did spell SeniorSteading. Thanks for going for that alphabetic journey with us. We appreciate it. SeniorSteading it's a great movement. We're glad to be part of it, glad to contribute what we can in encouraging our fellow SeniorSteaders to get out there and make it happen. Enjoy your dream.